So, some background on the city. Bridgeport is one of the most populous cities in Connecticut, meaning it has a large population. It's located in the southwest part of Fairfield County. It's the fifth largest city in New England County, behind Boston,
Worcester.
Providence, and Springfield, and it is the 41st largest urban city in America. Some history. In the early years, it was a heavy reliance on farming and fishing due to the close distance to the ocean. During the mid-1900s, it was a large whaling and boats factory manufacturers. Later became the center for goods such as milling machines, brass fittings, sewing machines, saddles, and gun and ammunition. One of the most famous gun companies was Colt, which was a main company in Bridgeport. During the 20th century, around the mid-20th century, also manufacturing industries began heavy reconstruction, causing the loss of thousands of jobs and residences. Due to the rapid deindustrialization of Bridgeport, the city began to suffer heavily in the 1970s and 80s. In September of 1978, some teachers went on a 19-day strike due to the deadlock of contract negotiation. This resulted in 274 teachers being arrested and jailed due to the strike and being illegal in the state at the time. In the 21st century, Bridgeport is now despite the long-time burdens of crime and poverty and corruption, Bridgeport is now taking several steps to, better the state of the city by trying to increase the jobs and have also offering low-income houses through the several housing complexes that they have, such as P.T. Barnum, Green Homes, Marina Village, and the Beardsley Terrace. In 2010, the Bridgeport Housing Authority and the local health centers announced plans to build a $20 million medical and housing complex in Bridgeport. And I couldn't find very many photographs of what the city looked like, but I got this picture of what the factories looked like back in back in the early days of the city being built and constructed.
That's General Electric, right?
General
That's Bond Street,
Electric.
yep.
Electric?
Yeah, the one that they are now taking down.
Yeah.
The one
You
near
know why
the
those-
nursing home?
Do you know why those wings were all?
Is this the one they
See,
need-
look
need
at the
the nursing
wings. Look
Near
at
the
look at
nursing
your
home?
picture. You have the same picture on the other side?
No, this is the.
See how the wings are all, if you look at the building, there's different,
They're all separation.
all separation. When they were melting, in case anything exploded, if they had a cut, they were like a submarine, they were able to close that wing, and they didn't make it one building, they had them in wings. So in case something was flammable or something, what do you call it, a GE, exploded or something, they would have the, what do you call it?
Well, that was the munition plant, wasn't it?
Munition at one point, you're right, that's why they have those buildings all, on Bond Street, you could almost see the different layers of that building.
And you really can now, because the first three buildings in that set, the windows are gone. They've taken them, they're, in fact, in that picture that Roderick has, it shows the building off to the side.
That's all turned down.
That building is down. It's
Not
gone.
yet, not yet.
No, the one with the chimneys.
Yes, that's not all the way down
Completely
yet.
tore down. It still has a metal
Most, I
structure.
drive by it every morning.
Most
It's
of
not
the
completely.
It's not
Isn't
down
that
yet?
where the power plant was?
Yeah.
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 That big tall building?
We
Okay.
go by it every day. Most of the metal structure is still there, but everything else is.
Like all the I-beams and everything, those are still there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
The
the
sewing
IVs
machine
are
that you
there,
talked
yeah.
about, the
Rick,
sewing machine, do you know what the name of the
The one
company
you
of the
used to
sewing
work on
machine was?
the first
And it was a
half,
big
they haven't
manufacturing
touched
in
that half.
Bridgeport.
Yeah.
It's taken so
Singer-
long because
how'd you know
they
that?
have the jets to water everything down.
Yeah,
Singer-
they have to do
Singer sewing
slow
machine.
process.
That was the old pump, I think it was the old pump sewing machine where you used to pump it and stuff, a Singer sewing machine
Yeah,
and
there's
the
still
pedal.
stuff.
the pedal.
Yep.
And the brass company was, you know where the brass company was? Do you
I
know?
didn't get the names of, machine companies, pet products there.
Bridgeport Brass.
Do you know where it was located? Do you know where it was on the city of Bridgeport? You know where the new firehouse is on, it's not Congress Street, the new firehouse, when you're coming up, Middle Street there to go from the Bluefish to go to, up on
Water
Route 8.
Street?
That, yeah, near Water Street, that was the old brass company. They used it, they're using it for something else now, I don't know if they have equipment there, like the cranes or something, but
Oh,
but
yeah,
that was the
okay.
old Bridge, my grandfather worked there, my father's father worked at the brass company.
Frisbee was here.
Frisbee, from the Frisbee pie,
Frisbee
right, the
pie.
Frisbee pies. It was,
Jenkins
Jenkins
Valves?
Valves down by the Bluefish.
Yeah,
This was
Jenkins
a
Valves
big
was the
manufacturing.
was where the Bluefish.
Yeah, right with the Bluefish, right, Henry Street, that right there.
Sprague meter? Where they made gas meters?
Gas meters, right, and you know what the biggest hey, listen up, cause you know some answers, listen to me. My friend John Rizzo, the DJ, who's the comedian, John Rizzo, in fact, he just gave me a call. He's an authority, people don't know it, he's an authority on Bridgeport history. The Poli, down when you're going down Bridgeport, you know where
Yeah,
City
the
Hall is up
Poli.
on the hill?
Yeah.
Those theaters that are blocked off there, that are 30 years of wasted real
Oh,
estate.
they're beautiful inside.
Johnny
They
was
were.
in it about maybe 10 years ago. He had a way to get in, and he told me some things that were, but you could go on a website, go on your home tonight, and on YouTube, punch in, I think he punched in the Bridgeport Palace, Poli, you could punch up a website on, it was incredible. You could get a tour, someone actually filmed what it looks like now, with all the water damage and all those buildings, when, in the old days, people used to go see the movie in a theater that was like what rich people's houses were with the spiral staircase. You look at go on the website tonight or tomorrow night and look find on YouTube, Bridgeport Poly Theaters. You wouldn't believe how beautiful the chandeliers that were hanging, the artwork, the tile mosaic. Johnny was showing me on the internet last night, because he's a cousin of a friend of mine. He's an authority on Bridgeport history. And those two theaters, it would take about $30 million apiece probably to get those things up to
They
refurbished.
had stage
Up
shows
to-
there too.
Yeah.
Burlesque
Burlesque in
stage
the
shows
old
and stuff like
days,
that. Yeah.
people would go to theaters because in the old days there was no, what do you call it, air conditioning, so they would go to the theater almost for entertainment and to cool, it was a way to get out and enjoy yourself. Those theaters were so, in their day, in the 40s and 50s and 60s, they were beautiful, and they let them go to hell. And if you look on it, treat yourself to go on YouTube. I was getting a virtual tour of it, the hotel above it. It was amazing what they look like now, but you can get an idea in your mind of what they were years ago.
Savoy, yeah.
But they're actually on YouTube.
Yeah,
It's
Barnum
incredible.
Hotel was on Fairfield Avenue there.
Yeah.
Pink Elephant was the lounge, cocktail lounge.
Right.
I think.
And people don't realize that another famous man, who was the first mayor? Who was the famous?
Who was one of our
Ringmaster.
more famous
Famous-
former mayors?
Ganem?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Way before-
famous.
yeah,
Way
he was
before
famous.
him.
Way before him.
P.T. Barnum. Do you know what town he was born in, though? He wasn't born in Bridgeport. You know where he was born? Right by my brother's house. You know what city? I was kind of blown away by this. I didn't know.
I think Springfield.
No, in Connecticut. He's in Connecticut. A little farther north from here. His house is still standing. It's about 3 blocks from my brother's house. I couldn't believe it.
In Bethel?
Oh, Bethel.
Bethel, okay.
Okay,
Bethel.
so I know your brother
Yeah,
lives in Bethel.
right near my brother's house in Bethel. He was born in Bethel.
Mm-hmm.
But that museum, I heard the museum's closed downtown when that
It's
storm blew
close
the wind.
because the hurricane,
Yeah.
it actually turned
The dome?
Right.
the
Oh
turret.
my God. God.
And the
I heard it's-
damage that was done on there, they're still trying to raise money to
Oh
finish.
my, I heard it's
Yeah.
closed, it's been like a disaster for a couple of years.
Yeah,
Yep.
I heard
because
that
they,
Meyer lady said it's been closed.
yeah, it's been closed because they've been trying to repair the stuff and trying to save what they could, salvage.
Historic, historic, on the register of historic sites, and it's a shame it's not, what do you call it? That's very good,
Yeah,
Robert.
well, who
But go on
could've
the
predict-
website,
who
especially
could've
since you're into
predicted that
this.
tornado?
Look at those pole light theaters and take a look on the YouTube, you'll be blown away how beautiful, what Bridgeport had, what Bridgeport had in the old days. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, any other
You got more?
questions?
I know so.
That's it? Okay, thank you, Roderick.